She came in illegally, maybe. Let me tell you one thing. She has got it so documented, so she's going to have a little news conference over the next couple of weeks. That's good. That's good. I love it. I love it. They said, Melania Trump may have come into our country illegally, and how would that be for Donald Trump to be talking? Here's the only problem. She came in totally legally. I mean, so it's one of those things. All right, but you'll see it in a little while. I said to her, no, let it simmer for a little while. Let them go wild. Let it simmer.
Well, surprise, surprise, that never happened, and just another lie by Donald Trump, and legacy media just let him get away with it and didn't investigate further. But we will hear at the Midas Touch Network, even if it is several years later, because a new photo has surfaced that is raising a lot of interesting questions. And it is a photo at Mar-A-Lago of Donald Trump and an individual by the name of Paolo Zampoli. There's the photo right there. Melania Trump was nowhere to be seen at this New Year's party, but that's not that interesting because Melania Trump's been missing from all of these events at Mar-A-Lago, and she's almost never by Donald Trump's side anymore, and we've done a lot of videos on Melania's gone missing. But who's this Paolo Zampoli character, and how does it relate to Melania Trump? Well, here's the New York Times article. When Donald met Melania, Paolo was there. So who is Paolo Zampoli? He is an immigrant to the United States of America, and in the mid-1990s, he started a so-called modeling agency, and he would invite these models from foreign countries who he would hire to these parties in Manhattan at places like the Kit Kat Club, where wealthy businessmen from Manhattan would show up and meet these models who came from foreign countries. And one such model was Melania Trump. That's how Donald Trump met Melania. Paolo was the one who introduced Melania, who was a model at his agency, to Donald Trump at the Kit Kat Club in 1998. And after Donald Trump and Melania met, her visa paperwork was fast-tracked, and I guess you can say the rest is history, or is it? I want to show you this clip right here. This is an interview that Melania did on Fox several years ago. Here, play this clip.
The facts are that I always obey the law. I have all the documents. I have very clean past. I would never stay here on the as undocumented.
Very, very interesting. And what about this interview where Melania is speaking to Joy Behar? And in this interview, Melania is attacking President Obama. She's spreading the birther lies. And listen to what she says about herself, though, and her own paperwork. Here, play this clip.
But what is this with the birth certificate obsession? Did he ask to see yours when you met him?
I needed to put mine anyway, because if you want to become an American citizen, you need to put the birth certificate.
Right.
I have a birth certificate from Slovenia. And do you want to see President Obama birth certificate or not?
I've seen it.
It's not the birth certificate.
Well, it's a certificate of live birth, right, which they get. But Melania, if he insists on what he's saying, then no one in Hawaii can ever run for president because they all get the same live birth certificate.
Well, but they need to have...
Midler is finished, for example.
They need to have, and in one way, it will be very easy if President Obama just show it, and because it's not only Donald who wants to see it; it's American people who voted for him and who didn't vote for him. They want to see that.
But it's on display in Chicago. We've seen it on the internet. We've seen it. It's not the same as yours, but it's a certificate of live birth.
Well, we feel it's different than birth certificate.
All right. Well, I think you should give it up at this point.
Well, it's not. It's not him that it's bringing up. It's the media all the time.
And one of the things here, part of the bigger story at play here, is the hypocrisy, the cruelty. There's a lot of questions being raised about whether Melania's paperwork satisfied the appropriate conditions. And I'll go through some of these questions just in a little bit right here. But here she is just exuding a massive amount of cruelty to immigrants. This is when Donald Trump was